Welcome back to The Blend. Las Vegas is known as one of the hottest places on earth to have a birthday celebration. But did you also know that it's quickly becoming a hot destination for the elderly? And as a result, long-term elder care is a huge topic as the Valley becomes home to more and more retirees. If you need advice, our next guest penned the book Elder Care Made Easier, and she's here today to share with you a big campaign that's going on right now.
That's right, here to give us the details, elder care expert, Dr. Marion Summers. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me.
Yeah, is our country in a crisis when it comes to long-term care?
We are in an enormous crisis. Right now, I'm dealing with 3 in 4 need more, and that's long-term care insurance. 3 in 4 is a nonprofit organization that is trying to bring awareness and educate people, and also be a resource for anyone out there who at least should investigate long-term care insurance.
Now, as humans, we are living longer. The life expectancy has gone up 8 years over the past half century. So we're living longer. How has that affected our insurance and how we're covered?
The blessing is we are living longer. The downside is that also leaves us open to having very serious diseases. Most people over the age of 65 are going to have some sort of encounter and need long-term care. And what people don't understand is long-term care insurance very often will cover a huge amount of whatever the particular need is.
And a lot of people have long-term disability, but long-term care is completely different.
Long-term care insurance is very much a necessity in planning. So in our society, we need to know what our needs are, who is going to care for us, and how are we going to pay for this?
So, go ahead. No.
A lot of people will be calling their insurance company, listening to this, or their HR. So is it a box that we can check off on our paperwork that we're just like bypassing when we're signing up for different healthcare parts? Yeah.
People should go to the website, 3 in 4 need more, long-term care insurance, and they can get all the information they need. This whole process is to educate people how to take care of themselves. We have to be able to say, I can take care of myself, or else we're going to be burdens on our families, and nobody really wants to do that.
Exactly. How can people use long-term insurance to pay for, say, nursing home costs?
Well, what most people don't even understand, the cost of nursing home or an assisted living or rehabilitation. That's an understatement.
Yeah.
But the cost of long-term care insurance, you negotiate, you figure out what it is you want, what you think your needs are going to be in the short term, what they're going to be in the long term. I mean, nobody has a crystal ball, but we all know we're going to need something somewhere down the road. And long-term care insurance, the 3 in 4 campaign, is all about educating people, and that's what this whole thing is about.
And a lot of people want to know, what is it going to cost me? So is it as little as $10 an extra a month in your paycheck, or can it be a lot more? It just depends on what you're getting.
It's what you negotiate. You call up, just like you get car insurance, house insurance, you need long-term care insurance, and the reason for that is people don't understand the enormous expense of all of this care.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that think in the short term. They're thinking, oh, what am I going to do next week? What am I going to do next month? You're not thinking, what am I going to do 40 years, 50 years from now? How young should we be thinking about long-term insurance?
You should think about it as early in your life as is humanly possible. Find out what the costs are going to be. You negotiate what you think your needs are going to be, and it's all according to what you negotiate, what the cost is going to be. You should do it while you're healthy, because if you're not healthy, you may not qualify. So the time to do it is now, or at least educate yourself. What I try to do is have people assess what their needs are now, what they think their needs may be in the future, educate themselves, and we've got all sorts of things out on the website for them to understand where they can get this information and then become proactive.
And do women tend to outlive men? So it's something that we definitely need to be thinking about?
Well, not only do women outlive men, but but very often the woman is taking care of her husband. So there are fewer men in nursing homes. One, they die off earlier.
That's true.
But there are fewer men in the nursing homes because they've had a caregiver. Yeah. But people have to start thinking not only of taking care of their parents and their grandparents, but how do I take care of myself? That's really what this is all about. Educating ourselves so that we know what our options are and then become proactive.
Yeah, women are always thinking about their kids, their husband, their sisters, their mothers, and we put ourselves last because there's no time. But you're saying you need to to take the time out for yourself and look into this?
Well, if you don't do it, somewhere along the line, you're going to get caught in the web of all of this expense. Healthcare is getting prohibitive in the way of expenses, and long-term care insurance, this 3 and 4 campaign, is a way to get yourself educated as to what you need or may need, or your grandparents, if they're young enough, because sometimes grandparents are really very young.
It happens, yeah.
And find out what you can do for them. Because if they can't afford this, it may fall on you.
Yeah, Dr. Marion, good words
That's
of
great,
advice
Marion.
there. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
To learn more about long-term care or the initiative 3 and 4 Need More, go to the website on your screen right there. Meantime, you can also pick up a copy of Dr. Marion's book, Elder Care Made Easier, which is available now.